Sleep deprivation torture is a scarcely talked about torture method used across many different cultures and time periods. The level of stress and suffering inflicted on the victim can be dangerous and even life-altering. Oftentimes, the effect of sleep deprivation can be permanent depending on the level at which it is used. This form of torture is more physiological based and compared to other torture methods. However, the impact made from sleep deprivation can be far more damaging. Keeping somebody awake for hours or even days at a time is a highly effective way to break the will of a prisoner, causing a whole range of unwelcome ill effects from cognitive impairment, psychosis, breaking down the immune system, and even causing heart defects and cardiovascular disease. The more you deprive somebody of sleep, the more likely they are to suffer memory loss, confusion, even hallucinations. So any attempts at gathering intelligence becomes increasingly fruitless as a detainee starts to break down, unable to provide truthful and accurate information. Short-term or accurate symptoms may result from losing a night's sleep, but you'll likely make a full recovery after 2 to 3 days. Chronic sleep deprivation occurs when the victim is unable to offset their sleep debt, resulting in a more serious physical and emotional symptoms. Lack of sleep brings a number of neurobiological effects affecting reaction time, memory, and cognitive functions. It also has the effect of quickly bringing about hypnagogic hallucinations, feelings of altered reality caused by the incursion of REM activity and wakefulness. Prolong these conditions and it can lead to severe moral and emotional impairment and ultimately psychosis. Witch hunting in Scotland arrived in the 16th century. Their methods less violent than in Central Europe. One of the more popular means of confessions at the time was called waking the witch. Those accused of witchcraft were forced to stay awake, sometimes for days at a time. However, in their exhaustion, hallucinatory state, would recount tales of flying, changing into animals, and other fantastical scenes. This would be enough to convict the accused on the spot. More recently, the U.S. interrogators have used multiple tactics to keep their prisoners awake. Operation Sandman, also known as Frequent Flyer, program involved moving prisoners from cell to cell every hour or two. Monstering was the term interrogators used in Afghanistan to play a game of who can last the longest between prisoner and interrogator. Another common and often bizarre technique was the use of loud music played 24 hours a day. Prisoners were subjected to everything from hard rock to Sesame Street at deafening levels, designed to drive them crazy. Sleep deprivation was often combined with shackling. The prisoner would be chained up in either a standing or horizontal position, or sometimes in a chair, for up to 11 days at a time to prevent the detainee from falling asleep. Prolonged sleep deprivation is an especially insidious form of torture because it attacks the deep biological functions at the core of a person's mental and physical health, but it can be far more damaging and painful if pushed to the extremes.